Make sure this is working. I guess that it probably is, but it never hurts to check for about 10 seconds. Well, this is gonna be a thunderstorm video. Let's think. Well, it'll be a thunderstorm video. Yeah, because there's gonna be some hella thunder going on here in a minute, or something like that. I don't know what to do, how to get this to hold up to the phone, but it's kind of raining out here, and then it's like, I guess this is, yeah, it is recording. I think I need to adjust the fucking well, you can probably hear the goddamn rain. I want some more friggin' thunder and lightning myself here. And yeah, I don't understand why I'm sitting on a deck here and like there's rain, obviously. But the thunder is left, the lightning is left. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay, well, we'll kind of try and focus on a pig or some goddamn thing here. How hard can this be? How hard can this be, Russell? I don't know. It can be pretty hard, I guess, because there's this business. Absurd business. What the hell is that? Wetness. I have to get out of the wetness here. I'm a Jehovah Wetness. But I'm telling you that it's dark, because, but shit, what? It's like, I'm here, and there are a couple of these boys down here got lights, but jeez Louise, it's like the entire city of Bend is blacked out, but I got power. Well, I'm not complaining here. That's rain. That's rain. And I guess if I come back outside the house here, that's a cactus. Yeah, it's watering system, and I don't know what that's like. Okay. And then we'll just continue to record some goddamn Spockian thing and some Well, kind of as I see it here, this is kind of like wisdom, adventure, knowledge, fluidity, and beauty all wrapped together. Shut up, Russell. Welcome to the first rare camp of the second rare of 2006 at MC Reservoir in Lake County. We were last here on May 31st, 2004, and we camped in this very same spot. It's rather an interesting spot. Somebody's built what I presume over here to be a windbreak, and there's a lot of lithic scatter on the ground. And this is on the southeast corner of the reservoir, which has a constructed dam across the bottom and a lot of open country around it. Now, when we were here before, following the Loring's directions, despite the fact we were camped here, they say that the petroglyphs are over here on the northwest rim. We walked across the dam and around there and did find them. However, last night when we were camped here, this rim right here has a number that we saw by walking 50 feet that apparently we were following Loring's directions and completely missed the first time around. So we're off to photograph those this morning and hopefully discover more. And it's the July 1st, 2006. Here's the ones that Leanne first discovered last night and said, oh wow. There's some right there, some right there. This one's just a few feet down from that one up there. That appears to be a circle here, some lines, and we do have a shadow of a boulder here, which is interesting, although doesn't appear to be any correlation there at this point. This is in kind of a little fissure coming down through here where there's lots of animal dung, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of animals, but probably rock chucks or something must live in here. This is a possible matati site or rubbing site right in the middle of that frame, though it's kind of hard to actually come to that conclusion. There'd be some abrasions down in here. Oh, that's pretty iffy once again. So that's a possible there, but this is almost a sure thing. Well, it is a sure thing right here. It's going to be a tough one though.
Yes.
Oh, both? This would appear that's kind of a crow's foot thing, and then the line comes across to the right here. And that whole thing is probably about 1'13" across there. I don't know, as numerous as these are over here, I think we can only conclude at this point that Loring's just didn't make it over here, because they're certainly all over. And once again, the rock that they described is over there. And these are on boulders about halfway down the slope. This is about 1 foot wide. I believe there's a lightly braided one right there, although, yeah, because there's a squiggle going out here to the left. That's definitely one. Oh, this lizard's in good light now too. There's a rake here, and then right over down in here is a circle.
Big one, and it's got some more down below.
I know, I'm going to go pull them rocks out of there. This is after I pulled out those big rocks down in here.
Yeah.
That one works okay with the sun on it too. This is a boulder kind of down the hill from that kind of little creek place. There's no water, but it's on a boulder down here at the bottom. About 2 foot wide image. This is quite likely an anthropomorph up here, and a circle of business coming out, and some kind of rocking chair like lines down below it. I'm shadowing this so that it's a little bit easier to see the zoomorph there, and something below it, something over here. Well, here's a panel of modern scratched graffiti. Bow and arrow guy here. Although it's possible that there's some older stuff right there. That one's about 4 inches wide. And this lower one here looks to be simply a braided, which I would almost think somebody was going for a bird's head. But probably more modern. That one up there is definitely packed. Another intriguing figure here at the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, that's one for sure, I think. There's a mob of them on that one. And then on this boulder down here, and this boulder is about 5-6 feet tall, and it's just covered with them down below here. Be down there in a second. Here's one that's almost totally repatinated that we stepped on it before we saw it. It's flat here on top. And it's about 4 or 5 inches across, so it could come over in here too. Here's another one that's on a flat surface, and that circle's probably about 3 inches in diameter. And it's nearly repatinated. There's some almost totally repatinated ones up here. And these are ancient. Ancient, ancient, ancient. They're rusting.
Yeah. Sure.
Rust my legs is what I was trying to do. Huge lizard.
Wow, there's some kind of morph there.
Just left of it there, yeah.
Yeah. And we shot this and didn't, I can't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I'm almost scared to keep looking.
These boulders are absolutely covered with them. Some very, very old ones in here. Circle up here, about 3 to 4 inches in diameter. And these aren't nearly as old, but there's probably a little bit of superimposition going on there. It's like a lizard and a bunch of dots. Same boulder. Ouch. This is that big boulder I shot from up above a minute ago.
There's something up there. Pretty interesting, though. Oh! Look. You didn't have that on, did you? Tell me you didn't have the camera on.
I did.
Damn it.
It's like still that same big boulder. And we come about 6/10 of a mile from camp at this point. Moving from east to west around the rim of the lake here. Still MC Reservoir, of course.
Well, that one's not going to show up with
it. After a hiatus of probably 50 feet, now there's a ton of them. There's an excellent, excellent picture of repatination with a little bit of lichen growth slowly encroaching on it. I almost missed that when Leon found it. I don't know, up above there.
That looks pretty
Chance.
likely.
That one?
Yeah.
Down here on this big boulder is a circle that's about 3 to 4 inches in diameter once again. Not to mention this stuff down here. And there was some real, well, that's repatinated heavily. This panel here is just to die for. It's a very small boulder. This thing's probably not 2 feet tall. It's got all kinds of peck dots on it. And it looks like a scratched comb down here, kind of. That's ancient. As is probably this. And right here. And right below here.
It's kind of phony.
Not really.
There's a bunch of circles right next to it.
Oh yeah, like a sun or something up there. I mean, it's not as old as the repatinated stuff, but that's pretty unusual to see a circle made out of dots like that, though. In fact, I can't recall seeing another one in concentric circles. A horse skull and pelvis, I think. And there's some rock wall here, short, small one, down below which are some good ones.
And there's another one in there.
You only got one more. This juniper root is slowly taking this over, tucked back in here. Once again, the camp is up there. And these last pictures have been taken along this rim there, between there and where Leanne is now. And here's the dam once again. And those are the two outcroppings where we got them in 2004. The ones described by Lorenz. Although we're going to recheck now that we've seen all these. And we'll probably keep exploring down here for a little bit. Now, Leanne spotted these out the windows we were going by. This looks like an anthemorph with a bow and arrow here. And it's by this little dam up here, and there's a sign up here, so this is kind of like we're in a little draw. We don't know where we are, but we'll look around. There's a stone wall here with a doorway. Doesn't make much sense. Thing is, I don't think those 7.5 minute maps come down this far. They might. That's about, sheesh, it's about a foot wide. And then just right next door to it over here.
Did you get this dark one?
This one?
Yeah.
About to. And then a pretty good panel here. Oh, and once again, we're at the unknown reservoir or spring. There's a small dam up there, and that stone wall is right up there in the middle of that picture. And then I know there's stuff right over there, so we'll go look there next. This is still by this, at the moment, unknown named reservoir, but they seem to be going on and on here. So we're expeditioning.
I bet this was fabulous at one time.
Very old snake there. A little bit newer one up above, that arrow. Another older snake over here. That might look real quick.
It may have been, but it ain't no more.
There's quite a bit of lichen growth on this. But
Oh, that's gonna be this
a
one.
lot of circles and
Coming.
huh? Yeah, that's going to be gnarly with stills. I digitized it, but well, we got quite a few. Some concentric barbells back here. Some rakes.
All the way down
That kind of natural stripe there.
Yep. Oh, it's not.
Point it out again.
Right here.
Point it all the way down. There you go.
Clear down to there.
Where?
Right there.
Yeah.
In there. Oh man.
This may have been repecked, but it goes on around the side of the boulder right in here. That looks like this may have been pecked over or possibly transposed. And then you said a lizard off to the right there?
This guy?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an anthropomorph in a circle or a bug-eyed anthropomorph in a circle. And a lizard right here.
The chalk.
There's something there, but it's slightly abraded, or well, it's slightly abraded. Kind of like two circles in here. Another guy in here. Huh? I don't think. A very faint lizard there, and then someone has pecked off the top of this natural ridge for some 4 feet or so. There's something down there.
Up there.
And here on the corner. And again up here. We're getting over here on the pond side of the dam. And there's something right there. And it looks like a couple of little circles up there.
Oh shit.
Well, again, thinks these are lines going there which direction are artificial. Oops. These are very, very, very old. Patina is very nearly come back. There's one that's obviously considerably younger, as well as up here. And I thought I saw some initials I did right here. I think there's an M, it looks to me like. I'm not going to hike up to that one, but there's kind of a circle with a line through it up there. One on the right.
Could be.
Or at least a couple of lizards getting it on or something. And right around the next corner here. This is a big panel. It's probably a good 5-6 feet wide and 6 or 8 feet tall. Here's a gigantic lizard. It's probably 2 feet tall.
Ah!
That's easily 2 feet tall from head to tail. Tally marks. Maybe some stuff in here. Hard to see though. This stuff is so repatinated. You can hardly make the difference. Alright, this is day 3 of Rare 2 2006, and we do believe we've finally discovered the South High Rim. This is the first image that we ran across, and we rather believe that this rim runs farther south, farther north, and we're above Jack Lake here, and we've made note of the location, so here we go. This big boulder has a lot on it. There's obviously U-shaped things in there, upside down U-shaped ends, I guess. And then under that overhang, right in there, there's some stuff. We'll move closer. So here we have some scratched tally marks up here, and down below, these N-shaped figures. And down here, some way heavily repatinated things. Very light's very hard to get these. We're rolling. Here's some very, very repatinated circles and things here. Right above my hat shadow. In here, moving around a crook and a foot print. And then back in here, some lines that are rather unusual in that it's kind of stair-stepped. In other words, this one's way farther back, this one's a little farther out, this one's a little farther out yet, this one's even a little farther out yet. And then here's some real heavily repatinated circle in here.
There's the damn camera right there, closest to my body, like I said.
There's a snake down at the bottom of this, right in here. Very wide, very repatinated. And then over here on this next rock, kind of this, might be this kind of a What they call it, a net kind of a thing? And what
I
looks
don't
like
know, but I recognize it from the book. The campsite matters.
Wow, this is really old. Really, really old.
There's two of them. One there, one there.
One on the right too?
Yeah.
Where?
Right there.
What?
Right there. Very, very dark, but it's there and it's packed.
That'll be hard. And this would almost seem like a repetition of the much older ones on the right and the newer ones on the left, but there's an attempt to replicate those circles or copy them or something, it looks to me like. And then on this face there's a lot going on. Possible, but somewhat iffy. This could be a very tiny lizard. Well, it is a little tiny something. See it? Now, this is what I call an inverted anthropomorph, as if he's falling off a cliff. Which may be a very tall cliff, but could be a little kid.
Oh, hey.
This is in kind of a rock enclosure sort of a thing. We'll slash our way into it here. See a mountain goat in the middle. In fact, maybe one going uphill there too, to the right. Some circles down below. And this would be the view out. We're kind of past the end of Jack Lake here, unless the water's just a little too low there. And this is from on top of the rim, and in the school outlet of School Section Lake, which is right there, kind of the end of Jack Lake. You can see on down. What? You found one? This is what we believe to be one of the 3 wildlife lakes just to the west of School Section Lake, and it's full of antelopes and crow and cows, antelope. Did I mention antelope?
And buttercups.
Buttercups. And there is a rimrock over there, which time and energy permitting, we will look upon. Right, here we have arrived at long last at the North High Rim. And this is the first image that we spot right here. And right next to it there. And right here. The ironic part is we've been within 50 feet of this about 5 times over the course of the year. We're moving from north to south here today.
2 circles.
It's almost as if nearly every boulder here, going off up to here, There's that doggone barbell. Nice, but this is a pretty nice panel, but the way the light's on it, I can't bend that tree out of the way without chopping it down, which I'm not going to do. We got a bunch of stuff going on in there. And down here, a little snake. And as Lee pointed out, down on this boulder here, we've got an immensely old one. Immensely old. Right in here, that's repatinated completely back to the rock color. Down here's a little bit newer one. The case when we got here that this dead juniper was hanging down, covering a good deal of this panel here, so I just kind of snarled it up out of the way there. Some really nice images. Yeah, we missed that circle over there, I think, coming by. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw it.
Here's another case in which the juniper is falling down here and trying to obscure this. Some very old stuff right across from it here. I don't remember if I shot this or not, but I'll shoot it again just in case. Here's some very heavily repatinated stuff on top there, and down here some newer stuff. Very well defined image here with a snake up above. This would almost appear that this snake is kind of the brighter one's a redo of the underneath one there.
Come on.
Fairly good sized panel here. Does look like a deer down there or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With a snake up above it. Just for reference, that's where we're headed, to these high cliffs over here where we expect to find these large images. Here's a case where we have some nearly totally repatinated images. Not only repatinated, but lichen on top of this rock is basically taking over the surface, which will eventually obscure it.
Yep.
This is kind of the power point here at the north end. We have quite a few things. Now, this could be dots. Well, I guess it is actually. There's a snake here with a circle in front of it. The snake comes in here. Hard to see though. Snake down below, snake up above. So the snake pattern is really predominant right here. Looks like a snake down below here.
Finally.
There's some very old stuff up here, right next to this huge slab that's probably 15 by 12, covered with stuff. Much of it very heavily repatinated, but in an extremely precarious place. This is certainly a hugely nice panel, but very, very, very hard to shoot. Oh, I wanted you to stay up here so you could go up.
Some old, some new. One looks like a foot, maybe.
This is looking back at that big one that I was just up on here. This one's hard to shoot at the moment because it's half in the light and half in the shade.
Old ones down there, big ones. Like circles.
Down at the very bottom there.
Over.
Well, 18-inch long snake there. Some stuff up above it as well. This rock face is about 20 feet tall at the far end here, and it's covered with glyphs. Some of them very long. Difficult to get a picture of because it's right on the cliffside here, but we'll do the best we can. This is very hard to get a picture of, but there we've got a very large sun, above which are about 9 to 12 inch circles. Apparently nothing much higher than that. One has to wonder in a couple of cases here where this spalling seems to be round, whether that's totally natural or not. It would appear that there's kind of a natural spring place coming out there.
Down there.
This kind of reminds me of something we saw somewhere around here not so long ago. Still following the North High Rim here, expecting to find some huge things here pretty shortly. Series of pretty good sized dots there on a 12-15 foot face. Here's some two really cool panels. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Holy cow. I can video what's in the light. And then video what's in the dark. And then Shoot a still of it. And there's this face in here. This becomes some kind of perspective of how big this panel is. I know this is kind of terrible lighting, but we'll do that and then kind of shoot it in 2 segments. And it's about July 3rd, approximately 11:30 in the morning. It seems to me this place offers some interesting possibilities for calendrical situations with the shadow of the rim sticking out. Here's a spoked wheel that we missed. It's about 50 feet back there. This is extremely difficult to get a picture of because it's about 10 to 12 feet higher than we are here. However, there's a flat rock there that faces it, so I'm going to try and get up on top of there and see if it gives a view. It's kind of weird here because all the vegetation right here has been chopped or eaten down or something, but it's most peculiar. These would appear to be very deeply pecked holes, but one has to wonder. Okay, from here we're going to step aside there a second. We're going to go on top of the rim, see if we can get a fix on where we are precisely. Here's some right at the top of the little gap where we came up. And just for reference, there's a water hole down below just where we came up, and kind of a bit of a break here in the rim, so it'd be a good place to go back down if we can just figure out how to get back to here. Are they still in the road?
Yeah. I know if I open the door. that move. How many are there? There's so many legs.
4 or 5. Well, that's good. I'm running out of film here, so you're just right.
Where's their mother?